North London forever. This club forever. To the Arsenal all day. Salute. Uh. To la familia. Welcome on this beautiful Monday, mundane afternoon. I hope you had a good weekend. I'm not gonna say I had the good weekend, but when it comes to boxing wise, MMA wise, I had a decent weekend. Man. So I'm here to break it down with you today and chop it down. Entertainment and sports all day and every day. Mm-mm. We don't get political, not on the show. So baby, here we go. Hey, let's go. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. 7 day theories. 2 days late. Ah, let's go. Uh. You're welcome. Mm. Ladies and gentlemen, this is yours and truly, Marcus, Mr. P, Mr. Gunner, Mr. Arsenal, here to drop the gospel today. Entertainment and some sports headliners making the news right now, which I know that some of you sports fans will be very interested in. And to begin, we're going to go to the entertainment part where one of our favorite actors, who we've been following lately over the last 2 years, Mr. Jonathan Majors, and has been caught up in the news for some negativity that I would like to make sure you guys are aware of. On Sunday morning, I woke up and I was reading my headliners as I do every day when I wake up. That's the first thing I do, music and headlines. And according to TMZ, this young gentleman, which may have seen in Creed, Aviator, I forgot which movie he was in, where he played the cowboy. This young man, he was recently in Ant-Man, playing the bad guy in Quantumanium. This young man was recently caught up in a little trouble with his missus in a taxi while taking an Uber to his hotel in New York, where they had a presentation to do. According to what I read, because me I like these little fun gossips, this young man was being texted while he was in an Uber with his girlfriend by his side chick. Now, gentlemen, I've always said this, we have to create boundaries in relationship when it comes to the number one woman that you prioritize in your life to the other young lady that you have on the side that ride along and sustain the relationship. Not that you don't value you don't value both of them. You just have to make sure that there is a place and a time that to address and to contact or to be contacted by each other party. Now, your number one woman in your life should always be uh, uh, ready to be in contact with you or vice versa, as you should be to them as well. You should always make yourself available to them as they should be available to you. This is only if they have the number one spot guarantee. Now, as a number two, to anybody who follows sports, whether you watch English football, American football, or basketball, or any sports that include teamwork, uh, there is a place called the bench, the bleachers. This is where the substitute player play. You wait on your turn, okay? You don't interfere with the starters. Now, based on what I read, and I'm not trying to make jokes here because I'm trying to be as serious as possible, is that the young man took his main chick to the event in New York with him. Now, Mr. Majors, apparently he was playing by the book, but the young man made one big mistake. He forgot to inform the side chick that he was with his main chick on the way to the event. Therefore, there was a flag on the play, as we say in American football. In other words, you got to coach the side chick to respect the sanctity, or if you are married, the holy matrimony to avoid a cacophony. So, young man, I don't kick a man when he's down because that's not practical because I've been there myself where I'm down and I don't want the man to kick me down while I'm on the floor face first. But young man, you should have educated your side chick that look here, never interfere when I'm with my girl in public or wherever I'm at. There is a place and a time for me to talk to you. You wait your turn, as if I was Phil Jackson, when Kobe get tired at the third quarter, and I will call you in the game. It is not your place and time to call me and interrupt me in my main chick time. In wrestling, we call that something that is certified and qualified for a beatdown. You know what? If I were John Cena, I would put you in a headlock for disturbing the peace between me and the woman I love. You have your time. When I'm with you, do you want me to be interrupted by my main chick? It's not acceptable. But again, this young man, I'm pretty sure he's going to get it right. And according to what I'm hearing, this 33-year-old young brother will, man, he's going to go through it. He lost a sponsor yesterday on a commercial that he did for the United States Army. And man, another victim to the game of love. And on a battlefield of love, we have and we will lose and will continue to lose a lot of soldiers moving forward. But fellas, just because you're with your main chick and you want to play on the side, don't get too comfortable. You have to learn to educate your side chick to not interfere. Tell them that you will have your time too. When I'm with my main chick, you have to give me the utmost respect and respect the relationship I've built over the years with my main chick. Okay? No interference, please. Because we don't want to go to the court of arbitration. Now, moving on to the sports, which I like to get to, I had an excellent boxing weekend. I want to give respect to first the young man who was unfortunate in the bout, Mr. Caleb Plant. I have been following Caleb for a decade now. One of my favorite boxers in the WBC super middleweight and middleweight division after Canelo Alvarez. Canelo's been number one for almost a decade and 3 years now. And Caleb Plant, ladies and gentlemen, I've always known that this young fella from Tennessee, from Memphis, Tennessee to be precise, now reside in Vegas, he has always had the skills to pay the bills as a pugilist. His boxing skills is second to none. But one thing I always questioned about Caleb Plant is, did he have the heart to compete against some brute, hard hitters? Boxers who will put you under pressure like a mini-sized Mike Tyson like Gervonta Davis, or a brute barbarian like Leonidas barbarian type like David Benavidez Jr. And this past Saturday night, he passed the test. Now, for those of you who watched my video, which I recorded on Friday afternoon, I was very skeptical on if he would be able to sustain the amount of damages that was going to be brought to him by Benavidez. I did not expect that match to last 12 rounds. I failed you guys because I did say that it would not make it to round 12. But Caleb Plant, I am glad when a fighter proved me wrong. And Caleb Plant, you show me your heart, you show me your competitive spirit, you show me that you are a gladiator who can like go toe to toe with the best of them for 12 rounds. You kept your end of the bargain. For that, I would like to say respect. You have gained my respect, and I do believe that at 30 years old, within the next 2 or 3 years, you will be a WBC super middleweight or a middleweight champion. But moving on to the victor, David Benavidez. Mijo, mi amigo, mi hermano. I have to give you my respect because you proved to me now that you are not just a barbarian, not just a knockout artist. You have now become a full-fledged boxer. This is the part that the critics were focusing on. Will Benavidez be able to outbox Caleb Plant? He proved to us this last Saturday that he could do it for 12 rounds. Now, that match was a match of two halves. From round 1 to round 5, it was completely dominated by Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, don't forget before the bout, he selected, well, based on the selection that he wanted for the match, he wanted a 22-foot ring, which he got in the negotiation process. and he used the full 22 feet ring or foot. I may have it wrong here. Correct me if I'm wrong. He used it to perfection from round one to round five, and then Benavidez was lost. Well, he was trying to find like which angle I could counter, which angle I could put up my combinations, and so forth. And I saw a lot of mid-range jab. He did not use the jab heavy from round one to round five. But by round six to round nine, this is where David Benavidez took control. And mi amigo, this is where I saw you like kind of develop this new. You shocked me. I did not know you had the patience, because normally you finish your meal early and go home and collect the bonus. So from round 9 to round 12, it was a beatdown. As confirmed by Davis Benavidez' own coach, his father. It was a beatdown, and Caleb was surviving from round 9 to 11th, but came back with heart round 12 and fought back. Counter was crisp, everything was crisp. Chin up to Caleb Plant, and congratulations to David Benavidez. But the winner of this bout was not, to me, David Benavidez. It was the boxing fans who's been waiting for the big one. This is where the torch will be passed here this year. As you all watch the post-fight interview, David Benavidez want Canelo Alvarez. No negotiation. We want Canelo. Everybody know I'm a big fan of Canelo Alvarez. No disrespect. It's just that there's been a rumor that Canelo Alvarez has been running away from Benavidez. Now, we all know in the middleweight, super middleweight division, this is the most avoided fighter. Nobody want to fight this guy because we know what D can do to you. Round one to round four, knockout specialist. This guy get it done. So, Canelo, no disrespect, mijo. You the jefe, you the boss, the big one, the big fish in the super middleweight division. Please, on behalf of all boxing fans all over the world, you will have to accept the fight. I know you're a guerrero. I know you're a soldado. You're the boss. But you're going to have to prove it to us after Cinco de Mayo when you have your fight, or May the 7th. You're going to have to accept the challenge from David Benavidez. We need this fight to happen in Septiembre. Por favor, amigo. Please, with a cherry on top, accept the challenge after a bout in May. Now, moving on to the world of football, English football, that is, I have some juicy news. If you're an Arsenal fans, haven't the Lord blessed us this year? Mwah! Ah, blessings on top of blessings, even at the expense of our enemy across down Tottenham. Antonio Lini Canto has left the building by mutual consent in the last 24 hours. According to the journalist Christian Stellini, actually not the journalist, that would be the caretaker manager. According to Sky Sports and Fabrizio Romano, which I highly advise that you guys subscribe to his YouTube page. You can go to DR Sport by Don Robbie Sports. You can go on Twitter. Please subscribe to Don Fabrizio Romani. Big fan of Napoli, and also the guy who bring you the exclusive when it comes to transfers, managers being sacked. This is the guy to go to. He does not pay me to promote him. But I would like you guys to please, please, please go on his page, visit Paisan, go to his page, subscribe. He will keep you posted always. But Tottenham, you guys always criticize Arsenal in the past, over the last 4 years, that we had an ailment when it comes to management. Folks, I don't think Tottenham have a manager issue. I think their issue is with their board. Daniel Levy has survived Martin Jones, Harry Redknapp, AVB, Jose Mourinho. The list goes on and on. Mauricio Pochettino, Cappuccino, whatever, and now Antonio Conte. Spurs fans, especially expression. I don't mean to get into y'all's business, but Do you think that you guys are up for a managerial update? Eh? Will you guys continue with Daniel Levy? Now, based on what I heard when it come to his Spurs, that stuff is always upside down. I heard that they have three candidates for the replacement. They have Pochettino, they have Luis Enrique, and they have Julian Nagelsmann from Bayern Munich, who was recently sacked and replaced by Thomas Tuchel. Now, Spurs, I think you guys got this backward. Your issue is not with coaches or managers. Your issue is with your board. First of all, we don't even know who owned Tottenham, which is very sad. Number two, Daniel Levy been collecting mad peas of your club for years, and you guys never call him out on this. I kind of feel bad for you guys because you will lose your captain this summer to Manchester United. Harry Kane, Mr. Record Breaker, will be heading up north to Manchester. Okay? You heard this from me first. You will lose precious Harry Kane. And Human Song, or Love, will get the captaincy when he's gone. Now, when it comes to your manager selection, people said, who should Tottenham go with? Quite frankly, personally, I don't even care. I'm an Arsenal gunner. I'm through and through Arsenal. You know where I stand. But it would be best for you to re-sign Pochettino. He knows your club inside and out. There is an expression that we say in North America. You either go with the devil that's new, or you go with the devil that you know. You know Pochettino. You know what Poch can bring to your club. Prosperity. And him and Human Song, he can build a team around him to revamp your club. So think this through before you guys make your decision on who will become your next manager. I would not go with Luis Enrique. This guy been on a sabbatical for the last 3 years. He would not be the pick for me. When it comes to English football, this is something I hold dearly to my heart. It's my favorite league when it comes to football. English football, that is, European football, if you will. I would not go with Enrique, and I would not go with Julian Nagelsmann, even though he have the potential to become a young manager that will prosper, who will be very fruitful in the future in football, but is not the guy you're supposed to have at your club. Your club is in a renaissance phase, as my Arsenal were in the last 4 years. Please be careful of who you select this week. And according to the Tottenham faithful, they said that they will take 3 months. They will sacrifice the season. So they will make their decision in June or July. You guys should think this through before you guys make your next selection. And speaking of football, congratulations to Cristiano Ronaldo again. How many times will I say this? This guy is unbelievable. As an Arsenal fan, you have been a pain in my arsenal for years, Cristiano, since you left Manchester United and head to Madrid in 2008. Cristiano Ronaldo now has solidified himself as the number one international goal scorer at 122 goals. Portugal, your son is a monster. This man just keep doing it game after games, year after year. Even though he took a semi-retirement pension to Saudi Arabia, he's still doing it on the grand stage in the international game. Number two would be the young man from Saudi Arabia, Mr. Ali Daei, standing second at 109 goals for Saudi Arabia. And number three on the list would be Lionel Messi, the GOAT, at 99 goals. So Cristiano Ronaldo, again, congratulations. You just keep on amazing me, bro. And lastly, moving on to American football, the NFL, if you will. There is a big news. It's making the headlines. It is confirmed that Lamar Jackson, as of March 2nd, has put in a bid to be traded to two teams that are willing to take the wages he's asking for. This man is asking for $33 million a year. Now we have two candidates. We have the Washington Commanders, who's willing to fork off fork off, pardon my language, $40 million a year. And in second place, we have the Indianapolis Colts, who are also a candidate. So, Lamar Jackson, we bid you farewell. Well, I'm speaking on behalf of the Ravens fans. You guys will lose a once in a generation talent. A quarterback like Lamar Jackson, who has spilled blood, like this man spilled blood for a club. Yes, you guys have not been successful in the playoff in the AFC because now we know the AFC is run by the Chiefs with Pat Mahomes, the Buffalo Bills. That's who run the AFC. Okay? The Jets will be a force to reckon with this year. Josh Allen from the Buffalo Bills. My pick for next year to win the Super Bowl if the Chiefs go to sleep. So, Baltimore, when you make a decision like this, I ask myself this one question. What are your plans with this organization? Mhm. Who are you going to replace Lamar Jackson with? Now, we have a few candidates in the NCAA coming up, like Stetson Bennett. We all know this guy will end up somewhere in the lower tiers, like Arizona Cardinals, Houston Texans. Mm, the Tennessee Titans may consider signing Stetson Bennett, but cranberry sauce, folks, it's not alcohol. Uh, I don't think the Ravens thought this through before they made this big decision. If I was you guys, I would reconsider giving this guy his contract. He has put in the work for you guys. Again, I'm a Raiders fan, so what do I know? My entire organization is in shambles, and man. So, dear Baltimore Ravens, for the sake of this great organization of yours, even though he put in the transfer request, think this through. It's not too late to reconsider before you become bitter. When he's doing better, playing in another jersey, collecting the peas in that cheddar. That's all I got for today, folks. Oh, by the way, Chelsea fans, congratulations on your new stadium revamp. Based on the rumors, Chelsea will be playing at West Ham Stadium in London over the next 3 years until 2030 because they are remodeling their stadium at Stamford Bridge. Oh, they got money now. So it will be a $2 billion remodel for this old, antique, medieval uh, event hosting stadium called Stamford Bridge. So again, congratulations to Chelsea. Well, you got the money to do it. You always wish you got the money, you're fully loaded. Again, congratulations. And Arsenal, we are back this week against Wolverhampton. So my Gunners, please. My heart is beating right now. I cannot wait. 5 days until football is back for me. So Arsenal fans, football will be back. And speaking of football, before I go, I have to address this. Pep Guardiola, I saw what you tried to do to Mountain Odegaard over the weekend. Allegedly, Pedri or Rodrigo, whatever your name is, Rodri or Pedri, you tried to injure Martin Odegaard when Spain was playing Norway. I saw that filthy tackle of yours. Allegedly. I think we know who gave the order to injure my player. Please, Kieran Tierney. I know Scotland have a game against Spain either today or tomorrow. Kieran Tierney, KT3. You know what to do. Good day, folks. It's been one.